Okay, welcome to building a new form. So as you can see here, we've got the Office 365 dashboard. There's the waffle menu over here. For those of you not familiar with it, a lot of apps appear under here that sometimes don't appear over here on your dashboard. If you're new to Office 365 and have not done anything with forms before, then you may need to go over here and look for it. I have my forms here, which I've already clicked, and on that page I just simply went in and created a new form. So I'll get this out of the way and we will have a look at how to build a new form from scratch. So here's our new form. As I said before, I've already opened the forms menu up. I've got some pre-existing ones there, so I'm shielding you from those. Just unnecessary clutter. So the first thing we need to do with our form is give it a title. So let's call this one the demo form to rule them all. So this is going to give you the title. Here we have a description of what the form's about. So this is a form to test how we build a new form for the blog post. Okay, so now we can see that we've got a form, we've got a description. We can now start adding questions, and when people respond to them, those responses will be collected over here and collated or assembled in Excel. Relatively straightforward to analyze yourself, and you can clear and flush them as you see fit. So let's go to questions. We can add a question here and we have a number of choices. We can give it a multiple choice. We can ask for it to be a text entry so they can simply type in the answer. We can ask for a rating, or we can ask them to enter select a date. And there's a couple of other ones like ranking, or these like RTs, and there's also Net Promoter Score, which some people find useful. So let's put in a multiple choice. So are you having, if I could type it, would be great, a nice day? All right. So pretty pointless question to ask somebody, but we can do that. Over here, we've got a prompt saying that we can share these forms to get responses. So let's just add all these as responses, and let's make it a required mandatory one. If we select this, multiple answers, then that would allow somebody to answer yes and no, and actually probably maybe as well. So that would be a little bit pointless in this case. Let's add another question. Let's add a rating. So was rate your coffee this morning. So how good was your coffee this morning? We can have 5 levels. We can have it out of 10. For most cases, 5's enough. We can have it as stars or numbers. Let's leave it at stars. Some people like numbers because it may collect better in Excel, or make it easier to analyze using the spreadsheet tool. So, all right, let's leave it as numbers. Let's add another question. Let's ask them to put in a date. So, what is your birthday? All right. Again, you'd want to be careful where you ask certain types of questions because obviously there's privacy concerns, and it gives them a bit of a mask here that describes what format they want the date format in, and let's make that optional. We can put a subtitle on any of these questions by clicking here. The subtitle is just something that allows you to put a little bit extra information around the question. So one for bad, 5, 4, get me another one. As you can see now, we've got a brief survey with 3 questions. Kind of pointless. If you sent this questionnaire out to your customers, you would really you'd really question what you could possibly do with the information here, which is why I say a questionnaire that you're going to bother sending to your customers should only go out if you're going to use the data that you get back, and you should carefully think through and plan these questions. They should be relevant or addressing a particular theme, and the flow should be logical so that you ask them in a sequence that leads one into another. It's just common sense, but so many questionnaires we don't see that. If you've written all your questions out in that order, you probably won't need the next feature, but in the event that you do, and you've written your questions out in here and you've put them in the wrong order, then you can resequence them by clicking these up and down arrows, and we can use this to make what is your birthday the first question that's asked. So having done that, we're done. We've now built our form and it's ready for use. So if we go to we will acknowledge this thing over here now, and we can now go and we can share this form. So if we leave this default one here, only people in your organization can respond to it. That's great if it's an internal HR survey. But if you want to send this out, embedded into social media, embedded on your website, maybe build a survey form for how great was your help desk experience, and tag that link onto the bottom of the help desk ticket closed email or something like that, then you really need anyone to be able to use the link. So let's change that to anyone with the link can respond. Then you have the options here. You can use the link, you can get a QR code, you can embed this survey form in a website. When you do the embedding, it wants to do it in an iframe. You can do it as an email, in which case it will send an email with a link. But in this case, let's just copy the link, and now it's ready to paste and can be used behind a button on a website if you choose, or it can be used just to paste into a simple email. All right, well now no responses. I'm going to open up an in private browser session and can't see that. So I will now paste that link in and we will complete this form. So what's your birthday? Let's just say that their birthday is the 26th of September. Yes, I'm having a great day. You can see it's an either or question here because we didn't allow multiple responses. And my morning coffee, which is still underway, is great. Let's submit that form. Let's submit another response because it does allow us to simply do that. We'll change our birthday. We'll say I'm not having a great day, and we'll say my coffee was absolutely junk. And for the heck of it, we'll do one more. These people are all born in September. 2 of them having a great day and 2 of them having good coffee. Let's close that and let's refresh this page. And we can see now straight away we've got 3 responses. It's taken an average of 14 seconds to complete them. We can view our response, we can see the latest responses, we can get a little bit of fancy graphs around things that are going on, and we can see our average rating for our coffee is 3.33. If we choose to open in Excel, that's just going to download the file. Click here and open Excel. And we can see here that we've got our results tabulated in an Excel spreadsheet. This is quite useful in this format. We can save this out. It's not linked to our survey form, which is here. So that's useful. I'm not going to bother saving it. If we choose to just view our response, we can click through them like this. So there's a lot of things we can do with that data. We can go back and now we can adjust our questions. Just be a little bit mindful if you go and adjust your questions. You may want to go to your responses and use this little button here and delete all responses. That way you can start afresh. If your questions have changed, the goalposts have changed, they will need to be adjusted. All right, that's it for now. I will wrap this up, and happy creating forms.